Okay, well, hey neighbors, welcome to the Shed Shop in this edition of How To. Today is, damn, I gotta look, neighbors, you know me, I forget, even though I just looked. Tuesday, November 28th, and I am working on another saw for Ace, the awesome arborist, subscriber Aaron Battle. He has an MS660, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rope on your recoil rewind starter and how to rewind your spring. Only tools you really need for this is some good hands, and you're going to need a T27 on this particular recoil. Now, I already have mine taken apart, but it's very simple. All you have to do is remove this T27, and then you have your two pawls. And oftentimes when you take these apart, you can, if you're careful, as you remove this spool from your spring, if you can make sure it doesn't get caught like that, you can oftentimes get your spring to stay in so you don't have to rewind it. Unfortunately, I did not do that on this one. This is a slightly different setup than certain saws. Sometimes you have a little case like this that your spring sets in, and sometimes your spring is actually completely enclosed in that. And I am using aftermarket rope. I don't have any Oregon rope, unfortunately, and so hopefully this aftermarket rope will work pretty well. It works fine on small saws. I've never used it on a big saw, but the saw is going to be here for a little while, so we're going to actually test to see if this, I believe this is a 3.5 or 4 mil rope. I would recommend using a 5 mil rope on the saw this big. And so, that being said, neighbors, I'm going to turn you down to the bench and we'll get to work, damn it. Okay, I want to thank all of you for supporting the channel. We've hit 1,000 subscribers, and I never thought my YouTube channel would be this big. It might not be big to most, but for me it is. To see 1,000 subscribers in just a year is pretty amazing. And so you guys can look down below, and you can see the various merchandise I have. I have some Hey Neighbors merchandise, and I have I Know My Rights, Fight for Civil Rights. T-shirts and beanies and stickers and pint glasses and all kinds of different stuff. That is through Spring, and just so you guys know, my profits on that stuff, I do not get very much, but you can only choose from the 3 platforms that YouTube allows you to incorporate with the channel. And the beautiful thing is I don't have to spend thousands of dollars on inventory. That is why the prices are, or the profit is so low for me. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we need some heat, a lighter or a torch, and we need to go ahead and burn the end of our rope. I will just be careful because this can get hot and you can burn your fingers. I just gradually continue to do that to keep it nice and tight. Okay, and that prevents fraying and stuff at the end of your rope. Okay. And on this particular recoil, I'm only burning one. Actually, we should go ahead and get our other end. I wasn't going to because you need about 3 foot of rope. That's the other thing I meant to tell you. And that's why I haven't done my other end yet. I'm going to do it just enough so that we can feed it through our recoil here easily. Because I probably will have to trim this rope down some. Ooh, yeah, see, you got to be careful. You can burn yourself. Okay, set our torch aside. And then what I'm going to do is, on this particular recoil, we have our little casing here for our, excuse me, for our rope. And I'm trying to make sure I put it in the right way. It only goes one way. And I did it incorrectly. There we are. That sits in there. I don't think you need Loctite on this application. You can if you want to be safe. I am going to use Loctite, okay, just because it is a big saw and there's lots of vibration. And the last thing we want is a guy's recoil to come apart on him while he's felling a big-ass tree. And I hate this Loctite. I don't understand why they have to make it so hard to get out. That hurts me really bad doing that, and I have to do it every time. And unless I leave this sideways or upside down, I have to keep doing that. The problem with leaving it sideways like that is if you forget, your cap is ruined. We've been having some really cold weather, you guys. It was 28 degrees last night, and I know that's not cold for northerners, but here in Tennessee, that is cold. Okay, it looks like my screw's going a little loose there. I had to fix that. Okay, you want to make sure all your parts are nice and clean. You can use something like brake parts cleaner. I ran them through the ultrasonic, and then I cleaned my spring. I recommend you take a paper towel or like a green Scotch-Brite pad, like so, and clean your spring real good. Now, it always depends on the model of saw, whether I put grease in here or not. When I open this up, if it's got all kinds of dirt and debris in there, typically I'm not going to use grease because all that's going to build up in your grease and it's just going to become sandpaper. This model did not have too much in with the spring, so I will use some grease. Okay, the best way to do this is to go ahead and put your center in here. Now you can pull this a little bit tighter and rewind it by hand like this, but that honestly is a pain in the arse to me. So I will go ahead and get it started in here. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Damn, sorry guys. Bear with me here. Okay, like so. Set that in its groove there, and then start feeding it in from the outside. You want to keep as many points of contact holding the spring in as you can so it doesn't pop back out on you. And then you just continue to twist it along and let it go in, not overlapping itself. And as I said, be very, very careful to keep as many points of contact holding the spring in as you can so it doesn't pop out. I have the sniffles really bad. I need to blow my nose. This cold weather does that to me. And I know a lot of people have allergies. I'm sure I do too, but most of the time it's weather changes that cause me to get the sniffles. Okay, and we just continue to wrap that in like so. The other way to do this, how you rewind it in your hands, is how I used to do it. And sometimes I end up doing it that way just because of old habits. However, if you have arthritic hands or carpal tunnel, that can be really painful. Thank you to the ladies that have been watching the chainsaw videos. I know we have several ladies here now that are not here for chainsaws, but have been watching the chainsaw videos to support the channel. So thank you, ladies. Now, the next thing we want to do is put our spool in, but we want to get our rope in before we put it in because it's a lot easier to feed through. And so it's as simple as, a lot of times this is hollow all the way through, and that will help you feed your rope through. On this one, it is not. So we're just going to go ahead and feed our rope in. Okay, like so. And you can use a pick or something if you can't quite get it out. And then what you want to do is tie a nice knot right close to the end. A single knot. Okay, just a single regular knot. And then what I do is I go ahead and torch that again and fold it over. And it helps your knot stay together real good. Okay, so I'll heat it up real nice and then push it against my bench. And then just kind of heat up your knot a little bit. Okay, simple as that. And then go ahead and get that rope pulled all the way through. My torch is bent. Kind of sucks, but it works. Okay, just like so. And then the spool goes in like this, and one of these clips needs to be able to grab right there. So you just look at the direction of that, set that in. Okay, and then make sure it grabs. You can feel it's grabbing. Okay, next, take your paws, and they go in here with the nub up, okay, like so. You got one here and one over here, and if these are worn down, I highly recommend you replace them. It's just a couple of dollars, and it can save you a lot of headache. And then we go ahead and put our screw back in. Okay, I will Loctite this with the Loctite that just leaked all over my bench. Okay, bit much there. Wipe the excess off. Okay, and then the important thing with this is you want to hold this because those two nubs are going to go in your metal clips here. I forget the technical name of the metal clips, but you can twist the whole thing until you get close. Okay, and then just hold those in place as you screw your screw. Sometimes there's only one of these. This is a single unit, but it holds both paws, and that just makes the recoil stronger. You'll see it on a lot of bigger saws. Okay, make sure that's nice and tight. And actually it does look like ours is a little bent, so I'm just going to go ahead and try and bend that down just a hair with my pliers here. Okay, that's good. All right, and then go ahead and take your rope and use it to rewind your, now it can be easier. I'll show you, feed your rope through. The only challenge with doing that is then it's a lot harder to untwist your rope. And then you just spin it clockwise. If you're facing the recoil inside, spin it clockwise a bunch of turns. Okay, and then get the twist out of your rope. See all that twist I'm talking about can be a lot harder when you already have that string fed through to do like so. Okay, the only bad thing about not feeding it through first is you've got to hold it, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly let it spool up to see how much more I have to go, okay? Okay, and it looks like we've got to go about 2 to 3 more full turns. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all the rope back off and hold my spool from unwinding. Okay, and then we're going to take our rope again and turn our spool clockwise, like 3 more turns. And actually that's about all we're getting out of this one. So then we'll go ahead and let it wind itself back up very carefully. Okay, where is our hole? Story of my life, I can't find the hole. Okay, feed that through. And then we have our handle. What we want to do is make sure, let's go ahead and pull it all the way out. Okay. And I forgot I was going to grease this spring, but I don't think we need it. Okay, and it looks like it's going to allow us to use all our rope. I have a handle here. Ace did not have his handle anymore, so I have a Pharmatech one here for him. You send that through. And depending on your handle style, sometimes you feed it through here and the knot gets tied over there. But on this one, you just feed it through the front. Go ahead like we did before, tie you a knot. Okay. Pull that knot nice and tight. Okay. And then take your torch or your lighter, whichever you prefer. And there you have it. And that, my neighbors, is how you rewind your recoil spring. Okay. And replace your rope. I do see we've got a little bit extra. I am probably going to take about 6 inches off of this, but we're going to try it on the saw a few times and see what happens. It's going back in very good. It's moving smoothly, so we know that we're all set to go. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, tell me what you think, how you do the recoil rope. If you're one of my gals that doesn't know chainsaws, you just comment and let me know you're here, because you guys are awesome that you're watching these videos. And then if you're not subscribed to the channel, you guys, right now 91% of our views are coming from non-subscribers. I would ask that you please subscribe to the channel. It really helps our videos get into the algorithm. And the only way videos get into the algorithm is when they get likes and comments and people subscribe based on watching that video. And then you can consider joining and becoming a member and get all kinds of extra special perks. So that's it, neighbors. Until next time, be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. I love all 8 billion of you, even though I suck at it.